This is 30 AI agents in 30 days. Today we're going to look at property management again. This is number 7, and this is an AI voice agent that gives information to tenants or homeowners that you manage and answers the most common questions. And these are based on some documents that you have internally. Every property management or homeowner association management company has these internally, like for example, when are the quiet hours, parking permits, pets, and so on. Then how are maintenance and emergencies handled, payments and account guides, and so on. This will be stored in a RAG database. And this is built with Retell, which is a tool to build conversational flows. I will go through these steps with you one by one. Everything is stored in an Airtable database. The calls are stored here, such that after the call, the property manager can come and look at the most common questions, and in this way they can improve their processes. Now let's call this AI agent and see what it says.
Hi, you've reached Next Property Managers Limited. This is Jessie from the Lettings Department. How can I assist you today?
Hi Jessie, I've got a question about EV charging regulations that you have. Can I take a minute to tell you why I'm calling?
Certainly. Could you please provide a bit more detail about your question or concern regarding the EV charging regulations? This will help me assist you better.
Right, so I want to know what stations can I use. I saw there are a few on site, and I'm also in general interested in the parking regulations around that as well. I think this goes hand in hand around your general rules around, parking, charging, and so on.
Thank you for the details. Regarding EV charging, residents are allowed to use designated EV charging stations only. For parking, visitor parking is available on a first-come, first-served basis for up to 24 hours without a permit. Parking is not allowed in fire lanes or blocking dumpsters, and towing is enforced for violations. Does this summary cover your question about EV charging and parking regulations?
Right, that makes sense. And then another thing, I'm asking because a friend is coming by this weekend, and they have an EV car, and basically they also come with a dog. So I wanted to know, is there anything related to, dogs, cats, pets, anything that I should be aware of?
Pets. The community allows a maximum of 2 domestic pets per residence, with some breed restrictions that may apply. Pets must be on leashes in common areas, and owners are required to clean up immediately after their pets. Additionally, pet registration with management is required within 7 days of move-in. Does this address your questions about pets for your friend's visit?
Yeah, it totally does. You mentioned the registration that has to be within 7 days of move-in. Does this also apply if my friend just will visit me for 2 days, like Saturday and Sunday?
No, the pet registration requirement applies to residents who move in. For a short visit, like your friend's 2-day stay, pet registration is not required. Is there anything else you'd like to know about your friend's visit or community rules?
Right, I think you summed it up very well for my friend's visit. And then one last thing, I'm trying to pay my rent because I just moved in this month and I'm not really sure of how I should do this. What payment methods do you guys support?
We support several payment methods for rent. Online portal, recommended. You can create an account, add your preferred payment method, ACH or card, and set up autopay to avoid late fees. Bank bill pay, please include your unit number. Check or cashier's check. You can drop it off in the office drop box. Please note that cash payments are not accepted, and we do not take card details over the phone. Would you like me to guide you through setting up your online portal account?
Yeah, that would be great. Please do so.
To set up your online portal account, please follow these steps. 1. Visit the resident portal URL provided in your welcome email. 2. Click Create Account and verify your email. 3. Add your preferred payment method, either ACH or card. 4. Optionally set up autopay to avoid late fees. If you need any assistance during the process, feel free to reach out. Does this help you get started with your rent payment?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think you've helped me a lot today, and this is it.
Your questions about EV charging, parking, pet policies, and rent payment have been noted and logged. Thank you for calling Next Property Managers Limited. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And it hung up. So now let's see if it has logged a ticket. Yeah, it has. So basically here it logged this call, and it basically saved my key questions here and basically what I have asked. And now the property manager can come and have a look at all of these questions to know what are the issues of the tenants, what questions do they have in order to improve their materials and possibly their tenant onboarding. Now, how did I build this? I built this with Retell, which is a tool that allows me to build these conversation flows. So this flow has 5 stages. One is the greeting, one is the clarifying categorization, then it answers my questions with a RAG database, it wraps it up and logs it, and then it hangs up. Each of these steps has a system prompt, or it has a prompt, and then we have a general system prompt aside of this that we will have a look at in a second. So for example, in the greeting, I instructed to politely greet the caller, introduce who they are, and basically once the caller states their issue, continue. And then it categorizes them into different categories in the second step: payment, maintenance, rules, and so on and forth. And then it has tools. For example, here it has a tool called create call log, which will basically connect to Airtable, which is this database here. And I can configure it by setting up the connection URL and then provide my API key, plus to provide a model of the data that will be sent. So this is nothing else than these fields that you can see over here at the top, which are the column names of the table. Between each state, there is an edge, and the edge can be prompted as well when the transition should happen. So for example, between clarification and categorization and question answering, there's a transition called when the issue has been clarified, categorize it into one of these categories, and so on and so forth. At the very end, there is this one tool called end call, which basically does nothing else than ends the call. So this is straightforward. I mentioned a system prompt, which is over here. So this is the governing prompt. This specifies the character of the AI. It specifies its role, its goal, and how it should answer. So in this sense, it will act as a professional front desk of a property management company, and the goals are answer the questions of tenants and homeowners, its tone, how to be professional, the details it should collect, and so on. And at the end, it should summarize everything in an Airtable call. Now, always confirm the issue, keep the tone calm, and so on. So this is the general system prompt. And then there's one more thing. There's a knowledge base here that I have configured, where I can basically upload the documents that I showed you earlier. So this is the internal knowledge base of the property manager, which I do over here, and I can click edit, and then I can add new documents by uploading them from my computer or add web pages. If you have a web page, this is all possible. Now, you don't have to take notes because I will share this entire AI agent in JSON format. In the description below, there's a link that you can come over here into your own Retell account and import it here. You click import, and then you can upload the file over here. And it will contain all the prompts and all the connections between the states and everything. So you upload it and it will appear just like this. The only thing you have to do is to change your own connections to Airtable and your own API keys, as you saw here, to connect it to your own database, which you will do here, and you will edit these fields as you see fit and as fit to your